Hello and welcome to Rekosaurus Rex, the channel where we discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. How you guys feel out there? Hope you're doing well. What we got going on today is another offering from Haolonggood and another herbivore and another ankylosaurid, this time in the form of a nodosaur known as Edmontonia. And as you can see there on the packaging, we have two different color palettes. That's what Haolonggood is known for. They'll release a model and they'll offer two different versions, two different color versions, and you get to choose which one or both. The pricing on Haolonggood's products are so reasonable that if you can't decide, you can go ahead and get both. Or if you wanted both from jump, you're not torn and forced to make a choice because you can only afford one, because they are very reasonably priced. So you can go ahead and get yours. What you see there on the cover is one is like a green, kind of greenish color, the main color, and then of course it's tan on the underbelly. The other one is kind of like a brown, a brick reddish brown. That's the color that I got for myself, and we will see how good of a choice I made when I went with that color. You've got the Haolonggood logo to our left. When we look at the top of the packaging, you have visuals, illustrations of their most recent offerings. You have Pentaceratops, you've got Nasutoceratops, you've got Worosaurus, you've got the Ouranosaurus on the bottom left there. You have the Tinzanosaurus, the previous ankylosaurid we reviewed there, and that's a true ankylosaur. As you can see, the bony club. And then on the far right, lower right, we have a Pachyrhinosaurus. And of course, the furthest right is a Quetzalcoatlus. So there you have it. As far as the other side, it's the same thing that we have on the previous side. And here we have the Edmontonia on a rotating base, and you could see get the all-around visual of the animal right here. This model is looking nice, and yep, I'm happy with this color. I like that green too, and maybe later I'll get the green, but I'm very happy with this version that I got, and it's looking very, very nice. The pose is very dynamic to me. It's you see that it's definitely walking, and it looks like it's walking with intent, and I like that. Ankylosaurids were very low to the ground animals with not very long legs, so it's theorized that they were slow moving, especially considering how heavily armored they were. They had to be heavy, and then when you combine it with the short legs, they couldn't have been very quick runners, and they didn't really need to be. Their armor afforded them great protection. I wouldn't be surprised if some ankylosaurids, especially nodosaurs, because they didn't have the advantage of having clubbed tails, I wouldn't be surprised if they, in the face of danger, squatted down, you know what I'm saying, and basically more or less flatten themselves out to make them more difficult to get to their soft undersides. But that's just speculation on my part. Let's get this guy off the base and see what's what. So now, taking a closer look at our Edmontonia, you can see that we've got that the small heads, of course, and so you got to really get in to see the detail. We've got the eye. The eye is painted. It looks like it's yellow with a black pupil. You could see I could see a hole for the nasal passageway, and of course the line that represents its mouth. Trying to look at it from a forward angle, that's a very nice forward look at the creature with the spikes coming out. And you look at the head, it's got the spots along the head going more or less down the middle. It's not perfect, which I think is beautiful. And there's another spot, as you could see it on the right side of its head, our left. I love that because I love the asymmetry because it makes it look more natural. Looks great. So turning back around, and you could see all of the armature going there. Like I said, it's based in a brick reddish type of color, or brown, brick brown, whatever, reddish brown, whatever. And but there are other colors in there as I tilt our Edmontonia up, so you could see the different colorations going on there, especially along those big plates or giant scoots, you may want to refer to them as. You see that row of 4 right there just on the neck. It's got some light coloring going on, and like ribbing coloration going down either side. I guess you can call it a dorsal type of paint job there. You got some coloration over the neck set there, those 2 big plates or scoots, and you see the coloration going there. I'm going to turn us to the side so we can get a look at the top there, and you see all of the scoots, and you see there it's laced with spotting, both of a reddish nature and a dark brown, so that's pretty nice. Going to the tilting to the side slightly so we can get a look detail wise at the spikes coming out. And this is what I love about ankylosaurs, when especially nodosaurs, because they are really known for having spikes that just protrude from their shoulder area and stuff, making them, you don't want to get too close if you're a theropod. It makes it very, very difficult. And that looks pretty nice too. There are the short legs. You see the colorations there. There's those the spots on the legs, especially the hind legs. And then you look at the wrinkles in the skin and the folds as that left leg is moving off. And I'm going to tilt again to look at the tail. Now, Edmontonia may not have had a club at the end of its tail, but look at the spikes, the ridges along the tail. That tail is still kind of dangerous. It could still swing it, and you would not like it because A, it's armored, so you're going to get hit hard, and then B, it does have those spike protrusions, so you're going to get some punctures, lacerations, what have you. So by no stretch of the imagination are these guys defenseless without their clubs and are just solely relying on their armor to protect them. So that's what you have. I'm going to turn to the other side so we can see just what's going on that way. And you see that right leg is pushing off, and look at all that the nice wrinkles right there, and you see the spots going on and more of the scales. Turn it to the underbelly. It's all nice and tan. The tip of the tail going back there, you see that it ends in an orange-like color. And then, of course, it gets tan. We do have a cloaca over there, as you can see right there. And the feet are painted a darker color, like a more brownish, caramel brownish color. And the nails on the toes are painted like a grayish type of color. So that's what we have going on. Turning them back around so we can see what's up. And yeah, that, there we go. Make sure he's kind of sort of in frame there. That's an Edmontonia. Taking a measurement of our Edmontonia, we are talking about from snout to tail tip, it's coming in at about 7 inches tall, 7 inches long, excuse me. And this being a 1/35 scale, it's supposed to represent that. If you do your calculations, that makes this model representative of an animal that's just slightly over 20 feet long. Now, Edmontonia was thought to have grown to about 22, so we're more or less in there in terms of accuracy, especially when you consider Haolonggood, even though they claim 1/35 scale, their models tend to be on the smaller side. You know what I'm saying? They when you calculate them out, they normally come in under the theorized, the estimated size of the animal in question. And that means one thing good, they scale well with one another. So you do have that. That's not 100%. Their Pentaceratops actually was larger than it should be. So I guess that technically means that Haolonggood is all over the place with their scaling. But anyhow, a little something about Edmontonia. As you could no doubt tell from the name, it was found in Edmonton, Canada. In fact, it was formerly known as an area called the Edmonton Formation, which is now called the Horseshoe Canyon Formation. It lived about 76 to 69 million years ago in the Cretaceous period. And what's a predator that is known to have lived with Edmontonia? Oh, yeah, Albertosaurus, a tyrannosaurid. And guess what arrived today on my doorstep? The PNSO Albertosaurus. So you know there's going to be a comparison between those two when I get that model reviewed. And now to compare with some of our more recent Haolonggood offerings, we have the Tyrannosaurus, the other ankylosaurid that I've recently reviewed. And once again, this is a true ankylosaur, as it does have the bony club at the end of its tail. And but I mean, these are my favorite grouping of dinosaurs are theropods, with Tyrannosaurs being my favorite subgroup of those. But I love all dinosaurs because they're all fascinating in their own ways. And just looking at the different styles of armament that ankylosaurs had is just incredible. No less impressive were stegosaurs, which preceded ankylosaurs, as stegosaurs actually started in the Jurassic period, and tail end they bled over into the Cretaceous, the early Cretaceous, such as this Worosaurus here, whom we most recently reviewed. And here we've got the Ouranosaurus, the lone hadrosaurid in the this long line of herbivores that Haolonggood has put out recently. And for a double up, we've got the Pachyrhinosaurus in the back, and to our left, Nasutoceratops. All of these armored dinosaurs, whether they're stegosaurids, ankylosaurids, or ceratopsians, all of them quite nice. And saving our big boy for last, we've got the Pentaceratops, and he is a big boy, so big to the point he's actually oversized at his scale here, but still very, very nice. And I've been a very bad boy the past couple of Haolonggood videos, because I've neglected to put out my 1/35th scale human for comparison, so you get an idea of how large these animals looked and appeared in the face of a human being. Now, once again, this is a representative of a 20-foot long animal, so it's not true 1/35th scale, but it's close enough at only less than 2 feet at about 1.5 feet size. So you still get a very good idea of the size of Edmontonia compared to a human. So to close out this review of the Haolonggood Edmontonia 1/35th scale model, once again, Haolonggood does a great job. I can never say enough about the quality, the detail, the realism of their models, as well as the price point. You get all of that, and they come in at that price point is just amazing to me. And how great their models look. They give you 2 sets of colors to choose from, or to get both, and it's just great. As inexpensive as these models are, they don't look it when you take them out of packaging, and with the paint and the attention to detail and the realism. As always, I'm here for it. So I can only recommend that you go for it if you are impressed with this or any of Haolonggood's offerings. It's a good company, and I hope they keep up the good work, and even more so, I hope they keep the prices down. So anyway, please like, share, and subscribe, everybody, to the channel. Leave your comments below. Which color do you like with Edmontonia? Do you like them both? What do you think about Edmontonia as a species itself, the ankylosaurs, or any of what we've talked about? Let me know down below. And until next time, you guys take care, and thank you.